Hello caffeine fiends, and welcome to another video for www.getbeans.com. I'm the Mean Bean Machine, and today we will be unboxing the DeLonghi Dedica style EC685. Now I've been using the DeLonghi EC680 for a long time now. That's where most of my coffee videos revolve around. That's where most of the shots are coming from. Now unfortunately for me, I live in quite a hard water area, and my EC680 has lasted a hell of a long time. It's a good old workhorse. It's probably 6 or 7 years old now, and it's on the way out. It still works, but the water pressure's gone a bit. You have to kind of run it through a couple of times to get a decent shot. The temperature's it's just not happy. So fortunately I have got the EC685 as a gift in the Barista pack, so it comes with a few little extras as well. So we're going to unbox this, see what it comes with, and then also compare the two. So let's get cracking and see what this contains. Have a look what's in this. So there we go, the box is all open. Comes with a little bit of, you can register your machine, the coffee club and all that. Well, I might do that later. I've got the DeLonghi app, so we'll see what the coffee club can do for me. So there you go. There's the cafe tamper. What we'll do is we'll get all these mini boxes out and then unbox them one by one. So you've got the temper, there's your knock box, the DeLonghi grinder, the frother jug, and then the actual machine is there. Let's lift this out. There's the machine itself. Lovely. I've got the instructions on the back, as you can see, the breakdown. And that is everything out of the box. So you've got the machine itself, knock box, temper, frothing jug, grinder. So let's start with, let's be honest, this is the main thing you came to see. So let's dig that out initially and see what it has to offer. So as we saw earlier, it's got, the breakdown on the back, what it contains. Where's the English? My Spanish isn't quite up to it. No, Deutsch, Italian, English. There you go. So control panel, steam and hot water supply knob, adjustable milk frother, on and off button. So from the back, it looks almost identical to the 680. The only thing I initially notice is the milk frother has a little bit added to it. And I do have a friend who has one of these, so I have seen them before in the wild, as it were. So we're opening up the machine. Let's see what is in this box. So there you go, instructions on top. I'm probably going to do the typical blokey thing and ignore those until something goes wrong. So let's try and dig this out without damaging anything. I'm going to have to lift it out, I think. Lord, here goes. There we go. smooth as you like. So I've managed to slip it out of the box. There's yet more boxes in here. So it comes with eco decalc, so a box of kind of cleaning stuff basically. I have bought some more in the post to come with it. There is the little plastic, scoop and tamp that it comes with anyway. Now I actually broke mine on the EC680 because it's quite flimsy. That looks exactly the same. So I probably won't be using that because I have a metal scoop and now this other tamp. So that now seems a bit useless. Flip this the right way up. I think this is the right way up. There you go. So now I have this the right way up. Those are the baskets. I presume one's a single, one's a double. That must be single, be double. Shots. Now let's get this out of the polystyrene. Unwrap it. So there we have it. The machine is out of the box. It's nice and shiny and new. It's nice and metallic. I will never see it as shiny as this again. I can guarantee you that. But that's what it looks like. So very, very similar to the E680. My initial impressions is it might be slightly bigger and the water tank might be slightly bigger. I'm not 100% sure, this is just my initial reactions. We will compare to the E680 later on. Now, as I was talking about, the frother seems to have some, I don't know what this does, but it seems to be, hot milk cappuccino set. Is that a setting? Is that a, I don't know what that does, because on the E680 it just kind of pulls off and pulls on and pulls off, whereas this seems to have a little rubber. Oh, it might just be a little rubber. Oh, you know what? It's to extend it. So I think it is. Oh God, what have I done? Have I broken it already? 1 second. So I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to click up and down, so it might be, the extension of kind of where you're putting the jug for cappuccino milk or just hot milk. That's what it seems to initially be. Anyway, very, very similar to the E680 to a point of it is almost exactly the same from initial impressions. What I will tell you though is there's a slight difference in the basket. It's got this rubber ring in the basket. But again, probably just as a more protective measure, less likely to kind of damage the filter. What I will say though is, because it looks very similar, I hope my E680 baskets still fit this one, because then I can keep using them. Whilst the machine is done and dusted, the baskets and whatnot might still fit. So that is what the initial machine looks like. We'll go over the instructions. Like it says you can register it for the coffee club, which might get you benefits and whatnot. Claim your free descaler, that will be useful. Living in the southeast of England, you do need to descale these things fairly regularly. If you live in Scotland or somewhere on the coast with soft water, probably not, but offers, gifts and discounts are always good, and coffee recipe ideas. So we probably will register this at some point. Now let's see if the basket fits nice and smoothly. I can't click it in one-handed. There we go. So a nice tight seal. I wonder if that rubber thing is just to get a tighter seal, or maybe I'm supposed to take it out. We will read the instructions at some point. But yeah, so that's the machine. Very lovely and shiny. Very excited to use it. So now we've got the machine out of the way, let's have a look at some of the other goodies that come with this as a set. So we're going to start with the knock box. I don't usually have a knock box. What I've got is just some old jars, basically. I just knock my coffee into, and then that goes onto the garden or into the recycling, you know, household waste kind of recycling, you know, garden recycling, etc. Because it's good for your garden, if you didn't know. But it's nice to have a proper little knock box. Again, nice and shiny and new. I might keep this sealed because it is effectively just a glorified pot. What it does have is the bar in the middle. So what a problem I do have at the moment is, so, you know, you've done your coffee, you've got all the grounds, damp grounds in there, so you have to try and knock them out. And with a regular, you know, like I said, I'm just using a regular old tin, a bit like a biscuit tin, so I just put the lid on to stop the smell coming out. But it doesn't have a bar through the middle, so I'm forever either knocking it on the edge and the actual basket is just popping right out. God, this is actually quite tight. So you just knock it and that falls out. Or, now my issue with this one doesn't have a lid, so you have to empty it straight away, because otherwise you're just going to have these damp grounds hanging around. But it does have the middle bar, so whether I use that or not regularly, we will see. But that's the knock box that comes with it. Nice and shiny, soft pad, so you don't damage your worktops. So that's quite a nice little feature. So let's move the knock box to one side. Obviously, like I said earlier, you've got the spare baskets of the single shot, and that one will be for pods if you use pods. But if you use pods, I've never understood why they give you this, because if you use pods, don't buy one of these, buy a pod machine. Anyway, you can use pods, but it's not the same. Instruction manual, as we showed earlier, I will have to go through that at some point. Well, the coffee grinder. Now, I do have, I think it's a DeLonghi coffee grinder. I'm not sure, but it's just a basic blade grinder, and I imagine this is very much the same. So let's open this up and see what we think of it. Where's my phone so I can get a close-up view? Right, so there it is at the top. Nice little cleaning brush. I don't know if I had one of these with my EC680. Oh, I may have. I'll tell you what. I think I may have had one of these with my original E680, because I remember it now, and it kind of didn't last long. So I'm not gonna, you know, poo-poo this one straight away, but also don't, like, I've had to re-buy a grinder, so I don't have a lot of faith in it. Yeah, I remember now. So I had one of these with the 680 originally. and it's perfectly good. It just, I tell you what is a great little feature that my present grinder doesn't have. Is, you see there, it's got what your grind will be, and you can set your grind, which is really nice. A really lovely feature. You can be like, yeah, coarse, medium, fine. How many cups? I think. Again, I'll have to read the instructions. It's got a little holder at the back, and that's where you slide in the cleaning brush. So it's a really nice kind of feature to it. I do love it as a grinder, but if I remembered correctly, the last one just didn't last long at all. It just kind of burnt out pretty quickly. You know, didn't like getting wet, which is a bit of a problem when you have to clean the damn thing. It's got, you know, a little pictograph of what you should be doing. So that's a nice little feature. Yeah, so as I say, I really like this kind of grinder because you can have what grind you want. But the last one I had didn't last long. I'm hoping they've sort of sorted it out. Again, instructions, instruction manual, very basic stuff. Lovely. So what else came in the box? So we've got the milk frothing jug. Again, I've got a milk frothing jug. I've got a sage milk frothing jug actually that has a temperature scale on the side to show you how hot your milk is, yeah? And never once have I got the temperature thing to work. Not once. I've got it to work when washing it in hot water, but never once from the milk. So either Sage sort it out or whatever. Anyway, that is just a basic milk frothing jug. Very nice, lovely, very useful. I'll probably keep using my Sage one because it's just a jug, you know, nice metal jug. And the tamp. This is interesting because it's got some real, they give you cheap, nasty plastic thing. It's not, it's a dual little thing, so scoop and tamp on, you know. But like I say, very flimsy, and my last one snapped. Just scooping out coffee, not hard coffee, just getting a scoop and it snapped. So it's interesting that for a bit of extra money, they'll give you a proper fucking tamp with a bit of weight to it. So let's open it up. Open it up. Yeah, it feels lovely. It's got a lovely, it's a proper weighted tamp. It feels lovely. Lovely, gorgeous. Let's get it out of the plastic. Gorgeous feel. Oh, it's nice wood. I thought that'd be cheap placky or something, but no, it's got a lovely feel to it. I'm presuming it does fit in the basket. God, look at that. Glorious. I really like that. That's a really nice addition, actually. So that's the tamp. So is that everything that comes with it? The only thing I've not opened or mentioned, or you know, I briefly mentioned it, so let's get it out, is the Eco Decal. So like I say, this is a bit of a lifesaver in hot water areas. You've got to clean out your machine anyway, so you've got to get this stuff. It comes with a small, like 1 pack of it, yeah, great. But again, instructions on when to use it. And it's just a bottle of liquid that you mix with water anyway, hot water. And it helps stop the build-up of lime scale. Now, like I say, I've got friends in Scotland who've got one of these. And because the water is so soft there, you know, they barely have to do anything to it. Unfortunately, I'm in the southeast of England, so we have nasty kind of, well, not nasty, but, you know, very hard water. And if you are, what I have bought, which hasn't arrived yet, is again the DeLonghi coffee care set, which comes with a water filter that you can put in the water pod here. I've got one for the EC680, but it's done. I'm not going to change them over. It's definitely had its day. And really, you should also be filling it with filtered water as well. I've got a water filter anyway, but again, I don't change the head on that enough. So now I've got a shiny new one, I will be doing that more so. But you get the Eco Decalc in the coffee set. You also get like a milk cleaner, so if you get milk stains on this. And there's other things. It is worth, if you get a DeLonghi machine, checking out their website for their cleaning bits and bobs, and they also have, I think, like what they call like descalables, which you can put in certainly other machines. I'm not sure about this one, but yeah, do look at what they've got in terms of cleaning, because they have got a lot of products that do help keep the lifetime of the machine kind of running a lot longer. And if you're investing, you know, 200 quid, this is nowhere near the top end of home coffee machines. But 200 quid is a chunk of money anyway. So you want these things to last. And 6-7 years, so I've got over half a decade out of my E680. And you know, the best part of a decade. So I'm quite happy with that. Obviously, it would have been nice for it to last longer, and it still functions in terms of it puts hot water through the chamber and I get some sort of coffee out of the basket. It's just not great. Now, if you want to invest more than 200 quid, you are going to get a better machine. That being said, the pricing of home coffee machines now tends to go from like low range 30-40 quid, push a button, you know, you might as well, you know, it's the equivalent of those 1990s coffee vending machines you had at like train stations. You've got the 200 quid mark, which is great little home mark. Like I say, because you're tamping and doing your own coffee though on these, you have to know a little bit about coffee and about weights and what you're putting in and what you're getting out. But you cannot set the water pressure, you cannot set the heat. What you get is what you get. So, I mean, obviously the machine is set to a good degree of what you want for most coffees, but we're going to be paying more if you want something where you're adjusting the temperature, adjusting the water pressure. And then suddenly you jump up to 500 quid when you're kind of looking at going, well, what are the key differences? And it's still not enough, I think, to justify that extra 300 quid. And then suddenly you're into 2,000, 6,000, where you're getting professional level machines just condensed to smaller sizes. So if I had 6 grand, yes, I would buy a Lamb Mazzarocco or something. But also if I had 6 grand, I wouldn't necessarily invest in a coffee machine. I have a lot of other things I need to invest in. But yeah, that's the unboxing of the DeLonghi Dedica style EC685 Barista pack, so with all the extras. We will compare to the E680, we'll do a side-to-side comparison and see how they work out. Thank you very much.